Hello and welcome to our physics performance task. My name is Youssef Hisham from grade 12B and here's my friend.
Ahmad Al Masri.
And today we are going to talk about the impact of lenses on modern technology and advancement. So here is the second slide for our performance task.
Now here we have our agenda, which is our goal and our role in this performance task. And we're gonna be taking this goal and we're gonna aim high and we're gonna give you our best efforts and we put our time into this. And our role in this performance task is to tell you what are lenses for and how do we use them in our modern time and how do they help us through our problems.
So we are following a specific success criteria that is made up of 4 questions. So as you can see here are the 4 questions and just a brief summary of them. We are going to talk about lenses and what are their uses, and we're also going to talk about what are the applications of lenses in the field of science and technology, and how lenses contribute to innovative solutions to solve some problems in our generation, and what are the importance of lenses with high magnifications like telescopes and microscopes. Here's a brief introduction video. Hello, my name is Youssef Hisham from grade 12B, and this is just a brief introductory video about what's going to happen in this PowerPoint. So, we are going to talk about lenses and what are their uses, and why do scientists and people feel that lenses are very important and crucial to our lives. And 2, we are going to talk about the applications of lenses to the field of science and technology, and why they are used so much in science and technology. And also we are going to talk about how these lenses contribute to the innovative solutions to solve some problems of our generation. And we're also going to talk about what are the importance of lenses with high magnifications, like telescopes and like microscopes. That's it. Thank you. I hope you enjoy our video. Bye bye.
Now moving on, here we're gonna talk about what are lenses exactly, okay? So here we mentioned a formula, as you can see on the bottom left, which is talking about the thin lens equation, and we're gonna get to it after a second. So let's start with talking about what are lenses. So as you know, lenses, we use them now as glasses or maybe contact lenses, and you might see them in some devices in science labs and other types of cameras and phones, and you might notice them when you see them. They're actually made of glass and they have a certain magnification which helps you see things in a different way. And here the thin lens equation is actually about the thin lens. So as you can see, this equation helps you see the magnification. It will help you calculate it.
So, why do we use lenses? Right now in our generation, we have a lot of uses for lenses, like making glasses, as my partner said, also using them in contact lenses, and using them for people that have problems with farsightedness and nearsightedness.
Now here we have some types of lenses. Now as you know, you can't have one type of lens because some people will have nearsightedness, some people will have long-sightedness, and you won't have the same type of problem in your eyes. And not only that, you'll use lenses for cameras and other devices, as I said, and they won't all have the same type of magnification. So they have different types of lenses, and some of them actually look different and will have a different different effect on how you see things. As you can see here on the left, we have 8 types of lenses. We have convex lens, bioconvex lens, we have the plano lens, we have the positive meniscus, and we have the concave lens, bioconcave lens, plano-concave lens, and negative meniscus. And these are the 8 types that we have here mentioned.
Really common right now. So, uses of lenses. As you know, we have a lot of uses for lenses because they are used in telescopes, binoculars, microscopes for finding cells, and in scientific and technological ways. So lenses are really important in our daily lives, and I also mentioned in the earlier slides they're also used for myopia and hypermetropia, which means farsightedness and nearsightedness.
And now on this slide we're going to present to you what are the applications of the lenses and why do they offer such a big deal to the science and technology in our modern day. So as you know, we've told you before that scientists use them in microscopes and other devices, and they can actually help them do their studies. And this actually helps a lot because it helps them see things that are way far and we can't see them with our normal eyes, and it helps us see things that are too small and we can't see with our normal eyes. And using these devices, it helps them study the microgenes and microbes and viruses and different types of small organisms. And as for the ones that they use for the telescopes, they actually use them in astronomy, and it helps them see the outer space.
So, the astronomy uses of lenses. As you know, astronomy has many uses for lenses. For example, the shape of a mirror or in the telescope, the light is what we see when we look in the telescope. So when you look inside the telescope directly, you don't see the actual image. It's a reflection of the light of the night, and the actual image comes into the telescope, and you actually see the reflection of the light, but not the actual image. So it's like an optical illusion.
Now, as you can see on this slide, we're gonna give you a small information about how do lenses contribute to solve issues in our time in this generation. So as you know, in this generation, people have been using phones and tablets and computers more often because, as you know, now, for example, we've been stuck at home for a long time and we have been studying online as distance learning, and we have been using these devices more often. And these devices are actually the main reason of our eyes having problems at the first place. So without much exposure to these devices, we won't have to worry about our issues in our eyes. But because we get exposed to these devices a lot, and we have been doing that more often now, we will actually face more problems soon, okay? So the more we actually expose them to these devices, we will get more issues in our eyes. So we need to solve these problems by creating new type of lenses that can actually solve every eye problem, and it will actually fix anything that happens with your eye.
So here, talking about myopia and hyperopia. So as you know, myopia is also called nearsightedness, which is a disease that comes from maybe looking at the light too much, maybe using your phone, your laptop for a really long time. It may cause nearsightedness, which is really common nowadays because a lot of people in our generation is using devices like computers, phones, TVs. So that's why myopia is really. And for hypermetropia, also known as farsightedness, it's a disease really common for people with old age, and it's known as farsightedness. Farsightedness is something is a disease in your eyes that allows you to see stuff from near, but you can't see the far stuff. So you need the glasses to look at the far stuff. But the nearsightedness disease is a common disease that allows you to see object near objects, but it doesn't allow you to see the far objects. So you need glasses to help you fix that. That's why we have lenses for myopia and hyperopia.
On this slide, we're going to talk about what is the importance of lenses with high magnifications. So as you know, lenses are just a piece of glass with magnifications. So these magnifications is what actually makes them special. Without them, the lens won't be anything but a piece of glass, as I mentioned. But the high magnifications, which allows them to be used in telescopes and microscopes, and this actually helps them a lot to study in science labs. And this is actually needed in different types of sciences or different type of majors in science, because almost all of science use these two devices, but the two that use them the most are astronomers or astronomy and microbiologists, which actually study the viruses and small microbes. There's another thing that is important for these high magnification lenses, which are actually used in cameras for high production movies, or maybe they are used in cameras for high production photo taking or maybe photo shooting. As you know, we all know watch movies and TV shows. And without these high magnification lens, we can't actually put these lens inside the camera. And without the camera, we can't record any of these movies or for them to be in high qualities.
So, the magnification has a formula. There is a formula to find magnification, and it can be calculated by the following formula, which is m equal v over u, which is m means the magnification, and v is the height of the image, and u is the height of the object. And by this formula, by using this formula, you can calculate the magnification. And here is a conclusion video by Ahmad Al Masri.
Thank you for listening and paying attention to our presentation. We really put our time and effort into this performance task, and now we're gonna be giving you a small conclusion about the whole performance task. People might think little of lenses, but they don't actually know how useful and important they are in our current time and in this generation especially. We use lenses to solve a lot of problems in our daily life. We put them on our eyes as contact lenses or in glasses to actually correct our eyes, because a lot of conditions now are nearsightedness and long-sightedness, and these are actually corrected by lenses. And not only do they correct our eyes, but they actually have a lot to do with science. Scientists use them in everything. So they use them in devices that are actually called microscopes and telescopes. I know that you're all familiar with them, but you don't know how important these devices are. They use them in every type of science. They are used by chemists and microbiologists and astronomers. Now these devices are used in every type of science, but the ones I mentioned are the ones that use them the most. Now you know that these telescopes and microscopes are used, you don't know how they're used, and you don't know how lenses come to play. Telescopes and microscopes are made of one device that puts down lenses together. Now these lenses are put together in different ways and different type of lenses to actually get one type of view, and this view can be modified by changing the lenses and their magnifications. Now as you know, there are phones and cameras. Now these both actually come along with lenses, because without lenses there can be no cameras. And these cameras are actually every day becoming newer and newer, and every phone is having a new type of camera. It might be like 2x or 4x, and it might be a different zoom or a different magnification than other cameras. Now high magnification cameras are actually used in high production videos or films. Now these are very important to make types of movies and actually take a lot of pictures that are needed for like football or the TV series or a lot of different type of sports. Without them we can't actually record any. And as you know, every day there are people working on making lenses better and trying to make more types of lenses so people can actually use them in phones and cameras and actually solve problems for people's eyes. And they are actually making new lenses for microscopes and telescopes and creating new devices that use lenses, so we can take full advantage of lenses and use them to the most potential that they could ever have. Thank you, Mr. Lawal, and thank you everyone for listening. I hope you have a great day.
So thank you everyone for listening and continuing with us through this presentation. I hope you really liked our presenting skills. We really tried our best. We gave it our best try, and we put a lot of time and effort into this performance task. And we got a lot of information. We made a lot of research, and we put all the information together, and we've worked hard into this final product. So thank you all. I hope you appreciate our work, and we really appreciate you listening for us.
And we are very sorry for the technical issue that just happened. It will work just fine with the PowerPoint, but it's just a technical issue from the share screen. So we are very sorry, and we are really thankful for your time. Bye bye.